the drop is just hilarious. And when you were first told about this movie being a comedy that revolves around, your character dropping a baby, what was your reaction? Because, it's completely absurd and it's dark, but it's exactly why, it works out so great.
I think it was refreshing for the most part because, the most scripts, at least that I get, is talking about something that you've seen talked about a million times before. And so this was fun because it was something you're kind of told not to talk about. I was also 3 months postpartum, grappling with motherhood, and it was fun seeing a script that was R-rated around motherhood and funny.
Yeah, for sure. And Jermaine, you have such a great cast of characters to work with. Everybody has a comedy background. Can you speak to just the experience on set and the ability for you to play off each other? Because I feel like that energy really shows in the final product.
Yeah, I would say in a huge ensemble with a bunch of comedians, it can be very it can be easy where everyone kind of can lose track and try to be funnier than the other person, and it can, like, I don't know. I feel like I've been in projects where like everyone's trying to be funnier than everybody, and it gets sloppy and disjointed. But I think in this film, everyone knew what their purpose was and how to service the movie. And I'd have to thank the director for kind of just honing us in. We rehearsed and did everything that she wanted us to do, and we would keep doing the scene until she felt it was right. I would say that at the end of the day, as funny as it is, there was a story to be told, and she helped us kind of just focus on that and getting each scene directed towards that point.
Yeah, it all came together so well. And you directed a few episodes of Pen 15, so I was curious if that experience has helped inform your acting any, or are those pretty separate aspects?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, with all, especially the editing of Pen, I think, which I didn't realize going into it. I remember, after doing the first season, it was like, no, show running, you're going to finish editing everything, not as the editor, but in the room with the editor. And that was a scary, humbling experience, but it also, as an actor, helped me, what you were saying so well, of like, this is about the story and telling the story and making sure the writing and the beats come across, which took pressure off of being, of the acting. It's like, editing's great and do your best and like make sure the story's being told, and don't make it about you as much. I think as an actor it's really easy. How can you not? You're your art form, and it's like, do I look okay? Did I act well enough? Are they gonna like me? Are they not gonna like me? And so having to do that in storytelling way kind of took the pressure off of acting.
Yeah, and Jermaine, you kind of alluded to this, and obviously not everybody's going to drop a baby, but every couple is going to go through these
A lot of people
challenges.
do.
Yeah.
It's not that uncommon. That's also what sorry, I fully interrupted.
No, this is perfect.
But that's also what I like about it, because you have those side conversations, and so many parents have like, I dropped the baby, or like you're not, none of us are perfect. It's not perfect. Yeah. It can be real and funny.
I think if you're the first person to drop the baby, it's good. It just kind of breaks the ice for parents. I think, am I wrong? I'm like, hey, we're going to make a mistake. So if you're dropping mistakes happen. Yeah. I've never dropped
I'll make
my
sure
baby,
not
but
to.
I have thrown into things above the pit. Like I've accidentally thrown my baby up into something, and I'm never
a tree.
Yeah, a tree or
yeah,
doorway or something. Mm-hmm.
You do your best. That's
That's
really
hilarious.
Nice. Wow.
But couples are going to go through these challenges where they kind of have to figure out where they ultimately stand. So there's a very emotional core that's relatable to the story. So can you just speak to that? There's a lot of heart in this film despite all the gags.
Yeah, I would say that's the thing that kind of brings everything in. There's still a couple who's kind of going through a crisis at the end of the day. There's a character who's never dealt with his emotions properly, and so he's going through something. I've grown up around a lot of people who've kind of like, bottled everything in. And so I guess it was I was channeling a little bit of that in the Manny character, and I felt like that's what grounds the comedy. there are no real jokes in the movie. It's just all situational. It's very awkward. And I think those are my favorite sort of comedies, the ones that are honest, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Turns out so great. And Anna, you have just some great interaction with Alicia Hennig, who is this hilarious
He's so funny.
anti-masturbation advocate. Yeah, he stole just about every scene he was in. How is it working with him? Because it seems like he has just such the brightest future.
Oh yeah, no, he's so talented. Really funny to work with on many levels. The picture that you have up right now, that scene was really hard to get through.
A gecko or a lizard or something fell on top of his head in one of the takes. And I don't know if we kept it or not.
He didn't notice it.
Yeah, it just kind of fell on his face and he freaked out, and no one saw it except for him. He looked crazy.
That's amazing. And Jermaine, my last question for you, you kind of touched on it in your last episode, but your character's really trying to hold it together. So how cathartic was it when you finally do have that freak out session and let go of that steam?
That's a good question.
It still didn't feel good. It still felt like I was still angry. I was still frustrated. Nothing was solved, you know? I just released everything that was building up, you know? There was no result. I felt like I'm still figuring it out within, you know, the confines of the story. I didn't know where to go after that, you know? And also he's good at heart. So to even release that the way he did, it definitely, you know, affected him. He didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but he had to say something, you know?
He had to destroy the cake.
Yeah, the cake had to get fucked up. It was tough. That cake was
You're very strong. We know we've established that. You lift weights, you started making the birds.
It was a tough cake. It was a lot of sugar.
Oh, there's a lot of sugar.
Fondant.
It should be called fondant.
I don't know what that means.
Fondant is like that hard,
rubbery.
The film, the
fucking
the rubber.
They
did a lot of that.
Yeah,
that was wrong.
That was real. That was real food.
That was real.
I feel like plastic. It didn't feel real.
They were testing you.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for your time today. The drop's really just hilarious.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.